People are naturally drawn to value. When they see value in you, they're inspired to return, not because you ask them, but because they feel the undeniable pull of your presence. So to make someone return, you have to rekindle that spark of value within yourself, not by changing who you are to please others, but by becoming the best version of yourself. This involves deep, intentional work, developing traits and qualities that remind others why they enjoyed being around you in the first place. The first step is self-awareness. Before you can reignite value in someone else's eyes, you must know what value you bring to yourself. Look inward and ask yourself, what do I stand for? What do I represent? What qualities make me unique? When you know your strengths, your values, and your intentions, you start to build an aura of certainty. People are attracted to that certainty, that knowing is the solid foundation that shows you know where you're going, what you're doing, and who you are. Imagine for a moment you're observing someone who exudes confidence and calm energy. They don't boast, they don't overreach, and they certainly don't chase after others for validation. Instead, they simply stand tall and embody a quiet strength that makes you take notice. You may not be able to explain why, but you feel drawn to them. This pull, this attraction, is what you create when you operate with a genuine sense of self-worth and inner strength. Once you understand your value, it's time to cultivate it actively. This might mean developing skills, pursuing your passions, or improving in areas that interest you. Growth in these areas naturally makes you more appealing, not just to yourself, but to others as well. People admire someone who invests in their own development, someone who respects themselves enough to keep evolving. They can feel the energy shift, sense the change, and often they want to be around that renewed version of you. If you had qualities that people valued in the past, amplify them. Maybe you were known for your kindness or your ability to listen. Lean into those strengths. Expand on them. But remember, this isn't about faking or forcing anything. It's about rekindling qualities that were already within you. People recognize authenticity, and they respond to it. When they see you embracing and enhancing your natural traits, they're reminded of the good times, the positive experiences, and the unique person you are. Sometimes we lose sight of our worth in relationships. We begin to focus so much on the other person that we forget to nurture ourselves. To bring someone back into your life, you have to return to yourself first. You have to rebuild the parts of you that may have dimmed over time. Reflect on what makes you valuable to yourself, and others will begin to see that value shining brightly. When they feel that spark, they'll be reminded of the light you brought into their lives. People also return to those who don't rely on external validation. When they sense you're someone who values yourself regardless of outside opinions, they're intrigued. Self-respect is attractive. It speaks to a level of maturity and security that everyone desires, even if they don't consciously realize it. By focusing on self-respect and self-worth, you elevate yourself to a higher standard, a standard that others can't help but recognize and admire. Another powerful way to rekindle the spark of value is to radiate positivity and joy. People are drawn to those who uplift them, who bring light and positivity. When they see you embracing life with a smile, they remember how it felt to be around you, how you brought a unique warmth and energy that made their world feel just a bit brighter. Joy is magnetic. When you allow yourself to live joyfully, to celebrate life and embrace the small moments, people naturally want to be a part of that energy. Rekindling your value isn't about proving yourself or winning someone over. It's about becoming someone you're genuinely proud of. When you live in alignment with your values, with joy and positivity, people see it. They feel it. And often they're drawn back to it. This process requires patience and consistency. People won't see your growth immediately, but over time, they'll begin to notice the changes. The moments where you usually react with insecurity or doubt, they'll see you responding with confidence and calm. In the times where you may have given in to self-doubt, they'll see you standing firm in your worth. Through every interaction, every choice, you're silently communicating a message. By embodying value, you communicate that you are whole, that you bring something rare and special to the table. You're showing them without words that your presence is one they want in their lives. This is how you make them return, by embodying the kind of person they can't help but want to be around. When you walk with purpose and carry yourself with confidence, people can sense it instantly. It's in your demeanor, your posture, the way you speak, and the way you present yourself to the world. Purpose and confidence are magnetic qualities that draw people in. They see that you're not wandering aimlessly, hoping to find approval or validation. Instead, you're firmly grounded, moving forward with an intentional stride that signals strength. And this strength isn't loud or boastful, it's calm, secure, and undeniable. It's the quiet assurance of someone who knows who they are and is unafraid to show it. Purpose is like a compass. It gives you direction and keeps you focused on a larger vision. When you live with purpose, you become someone others are naturally drawn to because they sense you're moving towards something meaningful. People want to be around those who are passionate about their goals, who are committed to something greater than themselves. This commitment exudes a power and clarity that makes people want to align with your journey. They see someone who isn't easily swayed, who doesn't change course for the whims of others. And in a world that often feels uncertain, this unwavering sense of purpose provides comfort and attraction. Confidence is the natural result of living with purpose. When you know what you're working toward, doubts and fears become less powerful. You start believing in yourself and your potential to make things happen. Confidence at its core is trust in your own abilities. Trust that you are capable and enough just as you are. And this trust shines through in your words, your actions, and even in the energy you project. People notice this kind of confidence because it's rare. Most people are searching for validation outside of themselves, but when they see someone who's internally validated, it catches their attention. They start to see you as someone they want to follow, someone whose energy they want to be around. Imagine for a moment being in the presence of someone with true confidence. They don't need to speak about their accomplishments or demand respect. It's simply understood. Their presence alone commands it. They walk into a room and you feel it. This silent power, this quiet authority is what draws people back to you. They can sense that you're someone who has done the inner work, someone who doesn't rely on others to fill a void within. Instead, they see a person who stands tall, fully aware of their strengths and limitations, and who moves forward with purpose and grace. People are naturally drawn to strength, not because it's intimidating, but because it offers stability. When they see you grounded and focused, they feel that they're in the presence of someone reliable, someone who won't be shaken by trivialities. In relationships, whether personal or professional, people want to be around those who exude stability and calmness. They want to feel that they can count on you, that you're someone who isn't swayed by every gust of wind. This sense of strength and dependability becomes a magnetic force that subtly but powerfully draws them closer to you. Living with purpose also means that you're not easily distracted by unnecessary drama or superficial concerns. You have a clear vision of what you want and where you're going, and this vision keeps you focused on what truly matters. People notice when you're selective with your time and energy, when you're intentional about what you engage with. They admire the fact that you're not caught up in trying to fit in or be liked. Instead, you're building a life that aligns with your values and goals. This self-respect and clarity make others feel that being around you will elevate their own lives, inspiring them to grow and to aspire to something higher. Your confidence also communicates to others that you're not dependent on their approval. People feel free when they're around someone who isn't trying to please everyone. When they sense that you're not seeking their validation, they're able to see you clearly without the pressure of expectations. You give them space to simply appreciate who you are as you are. And in this space, they feel safe, drawn to someone who values themselves independently of outside opinions. Purpose and confidence also create a ripple effect. When you live with intention and belief in yourself, you inspire others to do the same. People see the way you carry yourself, the way you make decisions, and they start to reflect on their own lives. They begin to wonder if they too could live with such conviction and self-assuredness. Your presence becomes a catalyst, sparking a desire within them to rise to their own potential. This inspiration is a powerful reason people feel compelled to return. They sense that being around you pushes them to grow and to believe in their own dreams. You become a reminder of what's possible, a reflection of what they could achieve if they also lived with purpose and confidence. And when you embody confidence, you create an energy that others want to be part of. This isn't about arrogance or superiority. It's about radiating an energy of self-assurance that makes people feel that they're in the presence of someone who respects themselves. They feel more grounded, more uplifted just by being around you. And often they don't even realize why they feel this way. They're simply drawn to the energy of someone who knows their worth, someone who doesn't need to prove anything but simply exists in a state of quiet power. This energy is what makes them want to be around you, to return to the stability and inspiration you provide. When you walk with purpose and confidence, you give others permission to do the same. People remember how you made them feel when they were with you, safe, inspired, and valued. They're drawn back to that feeling, to the sense of clarity and strength you radiate. In a world that can feel chaotic and uncertain, they crave the steadiness of your presence, the assurance that you're a person who knows where they're going and who they are. They may not even be aware of it, but subconsciously they're drawn back to you because you represent something they desire: confidence, clarity, and purpose. Inner transformation is the foundation of lasting change, and when you cultivate it, you create a powerful energy that people can feel. The journey of transformation begins within, reshaping the core of who you are, which naturally influences how you interact with the world. This transformation isn't about altering yourself to fit into someone else's mold. It's about uncovering your authentic self and strengthening it so that you can connect with others on a deeper level. People are often drawn back to those who exude a newfound depth, stability, and insight because it signals growth and maturity. By transforming from the inside out, you subtly invite them to reconnect with a person who has evolved. Real inner transformation requires a commitment to self-awareness. It's an active choice to look inward, to understand your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, and to be honest with yourself about who you are and who you want to become. This self-reflection allows you to identify the patterns and habits that may have held you back. People recognize when someone has taken the time to do this kind of introspective work. It radiates as an unspoken quality, an essence that's both intriguing and admirable. They may not know the specific changes you've made, but they sense the stability, strength, and confidence that emerge when you become comfortable with your own inner world. As you work on your inner transformation, you begin to approach life differently. You respond with greater patience, see situations from a broader perspective, and communicate with more clarity and empathy. These changes make a significant impression on others. They notice that you no longer react impulsively or get easily frustrated by minor inconveniences. Instead, you carry yourself with a calmness and grace that is rare. This newfound serenity and maturity make people want to be around you, to reestablish a connection with someone who exudes peace and understanding. Your actions and words become less about ego and more about genuine connection, which draws people back in a powerful way. Inner transformation also brings clarity to your values. As you grow, you naturally realign your priorities, focusing on what truly matters and letting go of superficial concerns. People respect and admire this kind of clarity. They see that you're not easily swayed by trends or popular opinion because you've developed a strong sense of self and values that guide your actions. This makes you someone they can trust and look up to, someone who knows their own worth and isn't searching for external validation. They're drawn back to you because they sense that you are stable, that you're not constantly seeking approval, and that being around you brings them a sense of stability as well. When you transform from within, you also cultivate a stronger sense of empathy and compassion. Having faced your own challenges and worked through your own pain, you become more understanding of others' struggles. This empathy makes people feel comfortable opening up to you, as they sense that you'll listen without judgment. They are drawn to the kindness and genuine care that come from someone who has walked their own path of growth. This compassion is especially magnetic because it's rooted in authenticity. People can tell that your empathy isn't forced or superficial, but comes from a place of true understanding. It makes them feel seen and heard, creating a deep bond that naturally invites them back into your life. Another aspect of inner transformation is developing resilience. The journey of personal growth isn't always easy, and it often involves facing fears, doubts, and insecurities head on. Through this process, you build resilience, the ability to stay grounded and positive even in difficult situations. This resilience is attractive because people are drawn to those who can handle life's challenges with grace and strength. They feel a sense of security and comfort around you. knowing that you won't crumble under pressure or be easily discouraged. Your resilience becomes a silent source of inspiration, reminding them that they too can overcome their own challenges. This energy draws people back, as they are naturally inclined to be around someone who stands firm and inspires courage. Inner transformation also affects your level of authenticity. The more you embrace who you truly are, the less you feel the need to put on a facade or pretend to be someone you're not. People are drawn to authenticity because it's refreshing and rare. In a world where many hide behind masks, your genuine presence is both comforting and inspiring. When they see you unapologetically embracing your true self, it gives them permission to do the same. They feel that they can be themselves around you without fear of judgment, and this sense of acceptance is deeply attractive. It creates an unspoken invitation for them to return, as they are naturally inclined to gravitate towards someone who allows them to feel at ease. Inner transformation also helps you set healthy boundaries. As you grow, you start to recognize what is and isn't acceptable in your life. You no longer feel obligated to accept behavior that disrespects or undermines you. Instead, you set clear boundaries, not to push people away, but to protect your own peace and self-worth. People notice this newfound strength and respect it. Boundaries create a sense of self-respect and maturity that make people value you even more, as they see that you won't compromise your well-being just to please others. This respect often brings people back because they now view you as someone who values themselves and is worth valuing in return. When you focus on inner transformation, you radiate an energy of peace, strength, and wisdom that is naturally attractive. This transformation isn't something you need to announce or prove. It shows in your actions, your choices, and the way you carry yourself. People feel it and are drawn to it because it reminds them of what's possible for themselves. Inner transformation has a ripple effect as you evolve. You silently encourage others to embark on their own journeys of growth. They may not even consciously realize it, but they are subtly influenced by your presence, feeling a pull towards someone who embodies qualities they too desire. In your interactions, people can feel that you're more present, more mindful, and more grounded. You're no longer reacting from a place of insecurity or fear. Instead, you respond with understanding and calmness. This kind of presence is rare and valuable, making people remember the way you make them feel. When they're around you, they feel a sense of peace and reassurance that they don't often find elsewhere. They're reminded of the comfort of being with someone who is stable, who isn't constantly projecting or seeking validation. This energy is like a magnet, drawing them back to you because they feel uplifted, understood, and accepted in your presence. When you focus on growth rather than chasing after someone, you shift your energy to something far more powerful and lasting: your own development. Instead of spending time and energy on trying to bring someone back, you invest in building a life that fulfills you, nurtures you, and elevates you to new heights. This shift changes everything, as it signals a profound level of self-respect and self-worth. When others see that you're not wrapped up in seeking validation or approval, they take notice. It tells them that you're focused on something greater, something meaningful, and this dedication to growth becomes a force that draws them to you naturally. The power of focusing on growth lies in its ability to transform you from within. As you commit to becoming a better version of yourself, you develop qualities that are magnetic qualities that others find attractive and inspiring. You're not trying to prove anything, you're simply embodying the person you're becoming. This authenticity speaks volumes. People can sense when someone is genuinely evolving and working towards something meaningful. They feel the pull to reconnect, not because you're reaching out to them, but because your energy has shifted in a way that resonates on a deeper level. By choosing growth, you're setting a high standard for yourself. You're not waiting around, hoping someone else will fill a void or bring meaning to your life. Instead, you're taking full responsibility for your happiness and well-being. This autonomy and self-reliance are attractive because they show strength. People respect those who don't depend on others for fulfillment, those who are fully committed to their own path. This respect often turns into admiration, as they see that you're not just talking about growth, you're living it. They see the steps you're taking, the improvements you're making, and they can't help but be drawn to the confidence and determination that radiate from someone who's truly invested in their own life. When you focus on growth, you inevitably become more self-aware. You start to understand your own needs, desires, and boundaries. This self-awareness is crucial in any relationship as it allows you to approach connections with clarity and honesty. You know what you want, and you're not willing to compromise your values or standards. This level of discernment is appealing because people are drawn to those who have a clear sense of who they are. They're not interested in someone who's trying to chase or convince them. They're drawn to someone who knows their own worth and is comfortable standing on their own. Your focus on growth also brings out qualities that others can admire and respect, like resilience, patience, and dedication. Growth isn't a quick or easy process. It requires time, effort, and the willingness to face challenges head on. When people see you navigating your path with resilience, they see someone who isn't easily deterred, someone who's willing to put in the work to become better. This resilience is magnetic because it shows a depth of character that goes beyond surface level charm. People are attracted to someone who can weather life's storms without losing sight of their goals, someone who stands firm even when things get tough. Growth also fosters emotional intelligence, a quality that deepens your connections with others. As you work on yourself, you become more attuned to your emotions and better able to understand the emotions of others. You approach interactions with empathy and understanding, which creates a safe space for people to open up and be themselves. This level of emotional intelligence makes people feel seen and heard in a way that's rare. When they interact with you, they're drawn to the fact that you're not reacting impulsively or out of insecurity. Instead, you're responding thoughtfully and with consideration. This emotional stability makes people want to be around you because they feel that you bring a sense of calm and clarity to their lives. As you invest in your own growth, you naturally become more selective with your time and energy. You're not interested in superficial interactions or empty pursuits. Instead, you're focused on relationships and experiences that align with your values and aspirations. This selectivity shows others that you're serious about your path, that you're not going to waste time on anything that doesn't contribute to your progress. People are drawn to this sense of purpose and direction. They respect the fact that you're not chasing after them or anyone else, but are instead dedicated to building a life that's meaningful to you. Growth also leads to greater self-confidence. The more you learn, achieve, and overcome, the more you believe in your own abilities. This self-confidence isn't about arrogance. It's a quiet assurance that comes from knowing you're capable of handling whatever comes your way. People are drawn to this confidence because it creates a sense of security. They see that you're not seeking their approval or validation. You're simply comfortable in your own skin. This confidence is attractive because it shows that you don't need anyone else to complete you. You're whole on your own. When you focus on growth, you stop looking back, wondering if someone will return. Instead, you're fully engaged with the present moment and the opportunities it holds. This shift in focus creates an aura of positivity and excitement around you. As you're no longer bogged down by past regrets or future worries, people notice this shift. They see that you're moving forward, not because you're trying to escape something, but because you're genuinely interested in the possibilities that lie ahead. This forward momentum is infectious. It makes people want to be part of the journey you're on as they see that being around you brings a sense of progress and hope. Choosing growth over chasing also allows you to release any feelings of desperation or neediness. You're no longer waiting for someone else to validate you or make you feel worthy. Instead, you're cultivating self-worth from within. This independence is liberating, and it frees you from the cycle of seeking approval from others. People sense this freedom and they're drawn to it. They feel that you're someone who's grounded, someone who isn't trying to cling to others for a sense of self. This calm assurance invites them back as they feel that being around you will be a positive and enriching experience. Focusing on growth changes how you view relationships. You begin to see them not as something to cling to, but as a part of your journey. When people notice that you're not chasing after them, they feel a sense of respect for the boundaries and self-worth you've established. They realize that you're not seeking them out of a place of lack or insecurity, but are open to connections that add value to your life. This dynamic often draws people back as they recognize that being in your presence isn't about filling a void, but about mutual respect and shared growth. Letting go of attachment doesn't mean you stop caring about people or stop wanting meaningful relationships, rather. It means you release the grip of control and the need for specific outcomes. By freeing yourself from attachment, you allow things to flow naturally, creating space for genuine connections rather than relationships bound by dependency or fear. When people feel this energy, they're drawn to it because it shows that you respect not only their freedom, but your own as well. There's a power in letting go, a magnetic quality that attracts others because they sense that you're not seeking to control or manipulate. Instead, you're open to allowing things to unfold authentically. Attachment often stems from a place of insecurity or lack of belief that something outside yourself will bring the happiness or fulfillment you desire. But by letting go of attachment, you start to rely more on your own sense of inner peace and contentment. This shift in energy is palpable. Others feel that you're not looking to them to complete you, that you're whole on your own. This independence makes people feel valued and respected, as they're not burdened by your need for validation. They sense that being around you won't require them to act a certain way or meet a certain standard to make you happy. Instead, they're drawn to the ease of being with someone who's self-sufficient, someone who finds fulfillment from within rather than from external sources. When you let go of attachment, you're able to approach relationships with an open heart. You're not holding on to expectations of how others should behave or how situations should unfold. This openness allows for a greater level of acceptance and understanding. People are naturally drawn to this energy because they feel safe and free to be themselves around you. They don't feel pressured to act in a certain way to keep you satisfied, nor do they feel like they have to meet any specific conditions. This acceptance creates a space where they feel valued for who they are, which is incredibly attractive. The freedom from expectation allows them to feel secure in the relationship, knowing that they're accepted as they are. Letting go of attachment doesn't mean that you're indifferent or disconnected. It means that you're allowing love and connection to flow freely without conditions or constraints. This level of freedom is rare, and it draws people back because they feel the difference between being loved conditionally and being embraced for their authentic selves. When people experience this kind of unconditional openness, they recognize it as something unique, something they may not find elsewhere. They feel appreciated in a way that's liberating, and this experience often leaves them wanting to return to the connection that provides this rare and refreshing freedom. By releasing attachment, you also gain a clearer perspective on what's truly important in a relationship. You're no longer caught up in trying to make things work at all costs or forcing a certain dynamic. Instead, you become more aware of the qualities and values that matter most. This clarity makes you more discerning, as you're not trying to hold on to people out of fear of loss. Others are drawn to this clarity and strength because they see that you're grounded in your values. You're not swayed by fleeting emotions or superficial desires. Instead, you're centered in what's meaningful. This groundedness is magnetic because it shows that you're someone who doesn't cling out of fear, but engages out of genuine appreciation and respect. Letting go of attachment also strengthens your resilience. When you're not dependent on a particular outcome or person for your happiness, you're better able to handle challenges and changes in relationships. This resilience is appealing because it shows that you're not easily shaken or thrown off balance. People are drawn to those who can stand strong in the face of uncertainty, who can adapt without falling apart. They see that you're able to move through life with a sense of peace, regardless of what happens around you. This inner strength provides comfort, as people feel that being around you will bring stability rather than emotional turbulence. When you release attachment, you begin to appreciate the present moment more fully. Instead of being consumed by worries about the future or regrets about the past, you're able to enjoy the here and now. This presence is something people notice. They feel that you're genuinely with them, not distracted or preoccupied with what might happen next. This mindfulness is rare in today's fast-paced world, and it makes people feel valued and seen. They sense that you're not with them because you're seeking something from them, but because you truly enjoy the connection. This level of presence and appreciation is deeply attractive, as it allows people to feel that they're genuinely valued for who they are in the moment. Letting go of attachment also means you're more at peace with the natural flow of relationships. You understand that some connections may come and go, and you're not trying to hold on to people out of fear or insecurity. This acceptance allows you to appreciate people for the time they're in your life without clinging to the idea that they must stay forever. People are drawn to this energy because it shows that you're not trying to control the outcome. Instead, you're embracing the relationship for what it is, allowing it to evolve naturally. This openness makes people feel more at ease, knowing that they're free to connect with you without any pressure or expectation. Letting go of attachment also deepens your sense of gratitude. You're able to appreciate relationships for what they bring to your life, rather than fixating on what they lack. This gratitude is something people can feel when they're around you. They sense that you're thankful for the connection, that you're not constantly looking for more, focusing on what could be different. This gratitude makes people feel valued as they sense that you're genuinely appreciative of their presence in your life. It creates a positive, uplifting energy that naturally draws people back as they feel that being around you brings a sense of appreciation and joy. In letting go of attachment, you also free yourself from the need to control others. You're not trying to change people or make them fit into a certain role in your life. Instead, you're allowing them to be who they are, trusting that the right people will resonate with you as you are. This acceptance of others' freedom is deeply attractive, as it allows people to feel respected and accepted. They're drawn to the fact that you're not imposing your desires or expectations onto them. Instead, you're simply being yourself, allowing them to be themselves. This mutual respect creates a natural bond as people feel comfortable returning to a relationship where they can be their authentic selves without fear of judgment. Releasing attachment means you're not living in a constant state of wanting or needing. You're not looking outside yourself for happiness or fulfillment, but instead finding peace within. This inner peace is something others can feel. They notice that you're not relying on them or anyone else to bring you contentment. This self-sufficiency is attractive because it shows strength and maturity. People feel drawn to those who are complete within themselves, as it creates a sense of stability and calm. This peaceful energy invites people to reconnect as they feel that being around you brings a sense of serenity and harmony that's hard to find elsewhere. Radiating positive energy is one of the most magnetic qualities you can cultivate. When you fill your life with a sense of joy, optimism, and hope, people are drawn to you naturally. Positive energy doesn't just brighten your own life, it creates a ripple effect that impacts everyone around you. This energy is not about pretending everything is perfect, but rather about maintaining a perspective that sees challenges as opportunities, setbacks as lessons, and every experience as a chance for growth. People are attracted to this kind of mindset because it's rare and uplifting. In a world where negativity can often dominate, being around someone who consistently sees the best in life is refreshing and inspiring. One of the reasons positive energy is so magnetic is that it makes people feel good about themselves. When you radiate positivity, you bring a lightness to your interactions. Others feel encouraged, supported, and valued in your presence. You're not focusing on what's lacking or what could go wrong, but instead highlighting the good, even in difficult circumstances. This creates an environment where people feel comfortable, open, and at ease. They sense that you're someone who won't bring them down or focus on problems, but will instead help them see new possibilities. This positivity fosters a sense of trust and connection, making them want to be around you more often. Radiating positive energy also involves actively choosing how you respond to life's challenges. Instead of allowing setbacks to bring you down, you find ways to keep moving forward with resilience and determination. People notice the strength, and it inspires them to approach their own difficulties with the same optimism. When they see you facing adversity with grace and positivity, it reminds them that they too can rise above their own struggles. This encouragement is invaluable because it shows that positivity isn't just about happy circumstances, but about a powerful mindset that you bring to any situation. People want to reconnect with someone who offers this sense of hope, knowing that being around you will uplift their own spirits as well. Positive energy is contagious, and it has the power to change the mood of any space you enter. When you walk into a room with a smile, with genuine kindness, and with a warm spirit, people feel it instantly. They notice the lightness in your presence, the way you bring calm and joy wherever you go. This effect isn't something you can force. It's a natural byproduct of cultivating positivity within yourself. Others are drawn to this because it feels effortless and genuine. It shows that you're not putting on an act, but are truly someone who brings goodness and optimism into their lives. This kind of energy makes people feel welcome and valued, and they're drawn back to it time and again. Having a positive outlook doesn't mean ignoring the difficulties of life. Instead, it means choosing to focus on what you can control and finding the silver linings in even the toughest situations. People are inspired by this perspective because it gives them permission to do the same. They see that you're not weighed down by negativity, but are constantly looking for ways to learn, grow, and find joy no matter the circumstances. This outlook is deeply attractive because it shows resilience and strength. It reminds them that they too can find peace in their own lives by shifting their focus to what's good and possible. This hope draws them back to you because they feel more positive and capable in your presence. Positive energy also makes you more approachable. When people sense that you're open, welcoming, and non-judgmental, they feel comfortable being themselves around you. They don't have to put on a mask or hide parts of themselves because they know you'll see the best in them. This sense of acceptance is incredibly attractive as it allows people to feel free and unguarded. They're drawn to your presence because it's one of the few places where they feel genuinely seen and valued. They don't have to fear criticism or judgment. Instead, they know they'll find encouragement and support. This openness is a rare quality, and people are naturally inclined to return to it because it brings a sense of relief and happiness. Positive energy also involves gratitude and appreciation for the simple joys in life and an acknowledgement of the good things, however small, that come your way. When you live with gratitude, people sense that you're not constantly chasing after what you don't have. Instead, you're deeply appreciative of the present moment. This gratitude radiates outward and people can feel it. They see that you're content, that you're able to find joy in the everyday, and it inspires them to do the same. People are drawn to this because it gives them a sense of peace, a reminder that they too can find happiness in what they already have. It's an invitation to slow down and appreciate life, and this calmness makes them want to stay close to someone who exudes this peaceful, grateful energy. Another aspect of positive energy is the kindness you show to others. Genuine kindness is one of the most powerful ways to attract people back into your life. When people experience your kindness, whether it's through a thoughtful word, a helping hand, or a compassionate ear, they feel valued and respected. This kindness isn't about doing things to gain favor. It's a natural expression of your positive energy. People remember those who make them feel good about themselves, and they're inclined to return to someone who consistently shows them kindness without expectation. This warmth and generosity make people feel safe and cared for, creating a bond that they want to nurture and maintain. Radiating positivity also makes you resilient in the face of challenges. Instead of allowing setbacks to diminish your spirit, you bounce back with optimism and courage. This resilience is inspiring because it shows others that positivity isn't dependent on circumstances, it's a choice. People see that you're not easily discouraged, that you have an inner strength that helps you move forward. This strength is attractive because it's a reminder that they too can overcome obstacles without losing hope. They're drawn to your resilience because it offers a sense of stability and assurance that things can get better, even when times are tough. Positive energy also enhances your communication with others. When you approach conversations with positivity, you're more likely to listen actively, respond thoughtfully, and bring out the best in others. People notice that you're genuinely interested in what they have to say, that you're not just waiting for your turn to speak. This attentiveness makes them feel valued and respected, and it's something they remember. They're drawn to someone who makes them feel heard and understood, as it's a rare quality in a world where so many people feel unseen. This positivity in communication deepens connections and makes people want to return because they feel uplifted and appreciated after every interaction with you. Radiating positive energy also means having a genuine enthusiasm for life. When people see that you're excited about your goals, passionate about your interests, and eager to make the most of every day, they feel inspired. Your enthusiasm reminds them of the potential in their own lives, the dreams they may have put aside, and the possibilities that still await them. This excitement is contagious. It reignites their own sense of purpose and encourages them to pursue their passions. They're drawn to your energy because it reminds them of what's possible and invites them to join you in embracing life with enthusiasm and courage. When you radiate positive energy, you create an atmosphere of joy and hope around you. People feel that being near you is a source of comfort, a place where they can recharge and reconnect with the brighter side of life. They're drawn to your presence not because you're trying to impress them, but because you bring something intangible, a sense of peace, joy, and inspiration that they can't help but want to experience again. Positive energy is one of the most powerful forces in relationships, as it naturally draws people back to you, not out of obligation, but out of a genuine desire to share in the uplifting environment you create.